I came across this TikTok about a restaurant that sells like these delicious snacks.
We want to be leading the wave to bring more Vietnamese flavors into Canada, not just pho.
That was so crunchy. Everything is so good. If you want me to pick a favorite, it'll be so hard for me.
Vietnam is known for its abundance of street food and generations of vendors that have charmed local and foreign visitors alike. There is no better way to feel a lively vibe of Saigon than sipping coffee while munching on rice paper salad and observing the droves of motorcycles on the street. If you're in the mood to hang out with friends, try an ice cold beer with an assortment of meats and vegetables grilled directly on charcoal. For a hands-on dining experience, enjoy banh xeo, a sizzling pancake, a stuffed crepe that you wrap inside a piece of lettuce, then dip in tangy fish sauce. If you happen to be in Hanoi when the weather turns cold, don't forget pork rib congee, a wholesome and comforting dish, not only good for breakfast, but any time of the day. When traveling to Hue, make sure to try banh bao, a savory steamed rice cake topped with dry shrimp and fragrant scallion oil. Beyond pho and banh mi, Vietnamese cuisine is highly regional. The north, the central, and the south, each with its own flavor and delicacies.
Hi guys, it's Helia again and welcome to another episode of Taste of the World. So the other day I was craving Vietnamese food so much. I was craving the snacks I usually get from the streets in Đăng, where I'm from. So I came across this TikTok about a restaurant that sells like these delicious snacks and I was like, I got to try it. So as you can see here, I'm standing at a place that looks very much like Hoi An with all of these lanterns. And I'm at a very newly open restaurant in Scarborough called Chơi, which basically means hangout in Vietnamese. And they sell these delicious Vietnamese snacks that I'm so excited to try out. They have a very interesting dish that's called Vietnamese taco, which I'm also very, very excited to try. And they also have these delicious mocktails that looks so good on the photos. So let's go with me.
Chơi in Vietnam, in Vietnamese means like to play, like literal meaning, but also has other meanings like I'm up for it, let's go. So for us, it's like let's wanna hang out, I'm up for it, kind of like that. So Chơi is like an expression as well. For us, it's more like a street food. We haven't seen any other restaurants that does this. So we want to bring more of a street food culture in Vietnam to Canada. So all of these are inspiration from the streets, from like bars, like little corners of Vietnam that we want to bring in here and introduce to people here in Canada. We want this to be more like a snack, like a place people can come with their friends and chill. And also we customize our dish to have the flavor of Vietnam, but more designed so that you can share with your friends as well.
One dish that really caught my attention when looking at the menu is the Viet tacos. Can you talk more about it for me?
Sure.
I'm very curious about it.
So I grew up in the south of Vietnam. So our bánh xèo is more like a big size and you share with your friends. And I found out in the middle of Vietnam, there's a version of it that's crispy and smaller. So it just came up to my mind that I want to do it inversely. So instead of wrapping it with vegetables, you put the vegetable inside so you can eat it more easily, because people here, they don't really know how to roll it properly.
Yeah.
So that's how we came up with the idea. We want to be leading the wave to bring more Vietnamese flavors into Canada, not just pho.
Yeah, pho and banh mi is like the two foods that people know about a lot. But we have in Vietnam, we have much more than just pho.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that I miss the most about the Vietnamese cuisine is the street snacks, like where you just sit on the sidewalk and have it with your friends with like a beer. Thank you so much for answering all those questions. Now I'm so excited to try all the things that you recommended for me today.
Thank you for coming here today. I have your table ready. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Ta-da! So I have all my food here. They came so fast and they look all so appealing, and it's perfect for like an Instagram photo. It's so Instagram worthy. I have 3 drinks here. 1 for me, 2 for the crew. I'm gonna try them all and take tip on which one I like best. So this is a pandan colada. Let me see. Wow, that's so good. This pandan colada, I can really taste like the pineapple juice in there, and I can also taste like the panda that they use. I think it's kind of like a syrup. I'm not very sure. But like when you drink it, you can definitely taste like the pandan and the pineapple juice. I think those 2 are the most prominent in this drink. And I also think this is delicious. Time to the next one, which is the coconut, the Vietnamese coconut coffee. Definitely very coffee forward, a little bit sweet as well. Vietnamese, this like coconut coffee slush is very popular in Vietnam, and you can find it in a lot of like touristy places in Vietnam, all over Vietnam actually. It's not like to a specific region at all. I think this is very close to what you can find in Vietnam. So my last drink is this strawberry sting. Sting is kind of like a pretty popular drink growing up for me. It's very similar to like an energy drink. This is strawberry flavor, so I'm just gonna try how close it is to the one that I grew up with in Vietnam. Wow. I wouldn't say it's similar, but I actually like this version better. Well, obviously, because there's not as much just artificial flavors in there. I can taste a lot of the lime juice. There's like ginger ales in here. It's definitely really refreshing as well. Very good. I'll take the coffee because I just really like coffee, and I think this is a really nice drink. Just gonna take this for myself. I'm so excited. I haven't eaten anything all day, and this is it smells so good. It just looks so good. Okay, time to eat. I am ready. I'm gonna dig in with my chopstick. So we have 3 snacks here that I'm gonna try first. This is the crispy rice paper slaw. I have here the fish balls, and as well as, of course, the Vietnamese tacos. So I'm gonna dig into this rice paper slaw first. It looks so good. This is, as he told me, it's very similar to like a rice paper slaw in Vietnam, but the difference is that this is deep fried rice paper, so it is crunchy, and I actually love that about it, because the only complaint that I have with the Vietnamese version is that it's very sticky. As you can see here, there is different veggies as well as a lot of papaya. There's also some kind of sauce, I'm not sure what it is yet. And there's a lot of deep fried scallion as well. Do you hear that crunchy? Oh my god, that is so good. I can see now that there is a little bit of shredded pork as well, like dry shredded pork, which is something that's very popular in Vietnam as well. This actually tastes very, very similar to the one you get in the streets in Vietnam that I grew up with. Time to try my next dish, this fish balls. Growing up, I would always beg my mom to buy me these fish balls from the supermarket, and I used to love them so much. Also, there would always be these guys on like the little bike with the fishball stall, and he would always be in front of my school, and then we would order these fish balls with black sauce and chili sauce, and I remember they was so good. So this version is way different, way fancier, and the fish ball is actually way bigger as well. I can see here there's like some kind of garlic, sesame, and some seaweed as well. And there is a kind of sauce here. It doesn't say what it is on the menu. I'm going to try to guess what it is. So let's dig in. Oh, this is a surprise. I can see that there's things inside of the fish ball. I'm not sure what it is still. It looks like it is some kind of meat or maybe seafood. I'm not sure. I have never seen this before, but this is so good. I can't tell what the sauce is though. It seems like there is some kind of sweetness and saltiness, probably from sugar and fish sauce. And there is also a lot of garlic that you can actually taste. This is delicious. Okay, time for the star of the show, which is the Vietnamese tacos over here. So I haven't had a lot of good experience with bánh xèo here in Toronto, so I am very excited to try if this is the one. Feels very crunchy. I see a very big shrimp and a lot of fillings inside, a lot of pickles, vegetables, and I can see cilantros, carrots. So let's try it out. There's something in there that I'm very curious about. I don't know what that is, so. That was so crunchy. There is some kind of meat in here. I'm not very sure what it is, but it's like a very, it's so grounded that it turns almost into a sauce. Usually there is like a dipping when you eat bánh xèo, but I assume that this is, the dipping is already inside and it is a house-made sauce and it tastes delicious. I can't stop eating it. This is actually very good. Even though I can't stop eating this, I have to because I still have this very big hot pot that I need to try. So this hot pot is actually called 41 hot pot in Vietnamese jackpot culture, which is like a very popular subculture in Vietnam. 41 means beef. And funny thing is the goat hot pot is also called 35, and 35 means goat. So yeah, that's just a little bit of wordplay there. I think it's really nice. We have this with the hot pot, to eat with the hot pot. I don't know what that sauce is yet. I'm gonna try it out, but this is just some noodle and some vegetables to go with it. I have like this really cute ladle as well. So I don't know what that sauce is. Let's try it out a little bit maybe. Wow, that's a little bit more spicy than I thought. That was not what I expect. Does not look like a spicy sauce at all. It's literally green. So I'm gonna try it by itself first. That is so soft. It brings me back so much. It's, I would say more like a beef stew than like a traditional hot pot that you would find in like a Chinese or a Thai restaurant where they have like a big pot and you just like dip the meat in. This is more similar to a stew, I would say. Everything in this is so soft. I can taste a lot of the spices in here. I would say there's a lot of star anise as well as cinnamon. And yeah, let's try with this noodle that they gave us. So what I do recommend is to put it into the hot pot. That way it softens up. Yay, my noodle is soft. Everything here actually just brings me back to Vietnam. And I haven't been to Vietnam since I've arrived in Canada, which is about 3 years ago. And I really miss the food there, especially the snacks. Yeah, so this really brings me back. So I finally tried everything here. Everything is so good. If you want me to pick a favorite, it'll be so hard for me because everything here is, other than the fact that it's delicious, it also brings back a lot of memories for me. So that's it for today's video. All the foods here is so delicious, and I hope that you guys like this video as well as you have discovered like a really great restaurants in Toronto. If you like this video, like, subscribe, as well as turn on the notification to see more food reviews videos like this. Not only that, I've left the information of this restaurant down in the description box, so make sure to check them out. Bye!